I'd like to call to order this meeting of the Camarillo City Council. And will we have a roll call, please?
Councilmember Kilby? Here. Councilmember Martinez Bravo?
Here.
Councilmember Tennyson? Here. Vice Mayor Tremblay? Here. And Mayor Santangelo?
Here. And the purpose of us, you want to open? Cam?
I'll open up the Camp Sand district and let the record reflect that all the directors are present.
And the purpose for opening both meetings at this time is to go into closed session, which is what we will do now.
Yes, and Mayor and Council, we have 3 items on the agenda, two for the City Council, which is labor negotiations and conference with legal counsel on exposure to litigation. And for the CSD, it's conference with legal counsel for existing litigation is listed on the agenda. And if there's any reportable action, I will make that at the end of the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. And with that, we'll go into closed session.
All right, I'm going to reconvene the Camarillo Sanitary District meeting for Wednesday, May 10th, again to order, and let the record once again reflect that all the directors are present. Let's do the flag salute. I'm going to ask Mr. Tennyson if he'd lead us tonight.
Please stand, place your hand over your heart, and join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, that gets us down to, we'll approve the agenda, public comments for the sanitary district tonight. So with no one coming forward, we'll get down to the consent calendar.
Move consent.
Second.
Did you get that? There's a motion and a second on consenting or hearing no further discussion. Please vote. That passes unanimously. A discussion, oral communication. Any oral communication tonight? Counselor, would you like to have any comments on a closed session?
Yes, thank you. We had one item listed on the agenda for closed session, and there was no reportable action taken. Thank you.
Okay, with no further business coming before us, we'll adjourn.
And I will reconvene the Camarillo City Council meeting and let the record reflect that all council members are present. Are there any changes to the agenda? Seeing none, we will move on to presentations. And we have two presentations tonight. The first presentation is going to be our 2023 Edison Scholarship winner recognition, and that is Christina Agopian. And I believe Andrew Thomas is going to come up and say a few words.
I need to turn off my phone. Who's telling me how to Madam Mayor, to Vice Mayor Tremblay, it's indeed a pleasure to be here. Looking forward to some upcoming opportunities. I'll be working with the city. I have been with Edison just over a year now, and so I had an afro when I started, but that's a whole nother issue altogether. But today, in recent times, I've had two of my better days, and those days were the opportunity to go to Camarillo High and honor one of your own with our Edison Scholars program. Our Edison Scholars is a scholarship opportunity that comes every year that we honor 30 deserving young high school students. They have to have the requirements of having a 3.0 GPA or higher, plan to study a STEM field degree, live in an Edison area, and also have some financial need, of which we all do. And so it is with great pleasure that I announce our winner, who I did surprise at her high school. She didn't know we were coming. And that is in the person of Christina Agopian. I do want to bring her up to let you see this dynamic young person who most likely will probably be taking one of those chairs in the years to come. And I think after you hear from her and her plans, you'll be very proud that she'll be doing so. So without further delay, I will introduce her and also mention to the community that this scholarship opportunity will come up later in the year. And I hope that as it gets delivered to the city, to chambers of commerce and other places, that as many people who will apply as possible so we can get more winners from this great city. So again, without further delay, I want to bring up Ms. Christina to say hello to you and maybe share her plans and maybe how she found out about the scholarship, and hopefully have an opportunity to address you and have a picture with you as well. Ms. Christina.
Okay. Oh, you guys can hear me. So I'm a senior at Adolfo Camarillo High School. I'm going to be graduating in June, and I committed to Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. And I'll be studying civil engineering. And I learned about the Edison Scholarship through the College and Career Center at my school. I'm part of the AVID program, and I tutor for the program, and then so I'm like really close with the college and career technician, and so she was like, "Oh, I know you're studying in STEM, and you should totally apply." And then I was like, "Yeah." So I did, and I never expected to get it, but then in March, I got surprised, and they came out with a big check, and I didn't even know like what was happening. I was like, "What are all these cameras out here for?" And yeah, I just wanted to say thank you so much for this opportunity. And it honestly made choosing what college I wanted to go to so much easier. And yeah, thank you so much.
Congratulations.
If it wasn't announced, Christina won $50,000 for the program.
Congratulations.
We're definitely satisfied.
Congratulations. Wow. 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 I'll make a comment. Sure. Yeah, while she's sitting down, congratulations, Christina. That's one of the bigger awards that I'm aware of, and congratulations, very well deserved. I'm so happy for you. That is really, really great. And thanks to Edison, too. Really appreciate you stepping up and doing this. This really makes a difference, and pass it along, if you would, to everyone that it's really great. This is a great event and a great evening. I'm just so happy for you. Congratulations. Keep up the good work. You're gonna do well.
Our sisters are freshmen, so we might be back here.
We might be. You bet. Congratulations to the family, too. Really happy for you.
Christina, congratulations very much. We're really very, very proud of you. And I'll just say ditto to what Councilmember Kildee said, and I want to thank Edison for Edison's dedication to STEM education for youth. In our family, we have a robust rivalry going on between Cal Poly San Luis Obispo and UC Davis. I want you to know. But our daughter went to Cal Poly San Luis Obispo and got a wonderful education there. The only question I had, and if it's okay to ask, is it civil engineering or mechanical or computer or civil engineering? Okay, great. Congratulations again. We're really proud of you.
Congratulations, Mr. Thomas. Thanks for bringing this inspiring young lady here. It sounds like it's a well-deserved scholarship. You should know our city manager is a Cal Poly alum, so he was really ecstatic to hear where you're going to school. And our police chief has a degree in civil engineering. You may chat with him later. He's a numbers person too, so congratulations, well-deserved. And I look forward to you. I hope you don't come forward too quickly to assume one of our chairs. Give us a little bit of a chance here, but I look forward to it.
Christina, congratulations to you and to your family. We know that in this process, it's a whole family effort. So I appreciate all the work that you're doing and the support that you're receiving from your family as well. And for Edison, thank you so much for that contribution. I come from a family where a scholarship was, needed in order for me to move on and to go to college, and this definitely makes a difference. And without that support, I know that I could not have been here, and I know that this is a tremendous support for Christina as well. So thank you so much. And I know that there are multiple fans back here as well from Cal Poly. So you're definitely going to a great school.
Again, congratulations, Christina. We wish you nothing but the best. Oh, come on up.
Two final points. The scholarship did increase from last year's $40,000 to $50,000 this year, coming out of stakeholder funds. One of the things we also did was that the winners now each summer can choose to do an internship with us. And that's also an opportunity to expand in that way as well. So we really celebrate her. And if you really want to feel good beyond today, on edisonscholars.com, all 30 winners are profiled, and they have little vignettes of each one of them. So that's a great place to learn about the scholarship and see these great young people from throughout the area who are going on to do great things. So thanks again.
Okay, so now we move on to our second presentation, which is, sorry, there's a fly here, Older Americans Month Proclamation. And Arlene Myro is going to come up and say a few words.
That's a hard act to
Sorry.
follow. Oh, my goodness. Well, Mayor and council members, my name is Arlene Myra, and I am the chair of the Council on Aging. And on behalf of my team, we are all honored to accept this proclamation for Older Americans Month. It is the vision of CCOA that every senior in greater Camarillo area age with optimal health, well-being, and dignity. And so this year, we focused our goals on two big areas. One was to increase the knowledge and awareness of available resources to the community through our Senior Resource Guide, and through our Senior e-News, which comes out 3 times a year and has reached close to almost 2,000 readers. So we're proud of that. And then we're also looking at broadening our coalition with various county, city, and community-based organizations. Some of the efforts involve working with the Camarillo Library, the Camarillo Healthcare District, VCAAA, and additional health-based agencies and community organizations like Amber Lights, the Lions Club for Women. So we look forward to continuing that because we have to unite in order to meet the goal of reaching out to all the seniors in our area. Our area is growing. The senior area is growing, you know that. Throughout the whole state, it is growing. But did you know that in some places, seniors are called the wise ones? And so with that, I'd like to introduce my wise team here. My vice chair is homesick today, Joanne Kennedy, so she's not here. But would you stand when I call you? Ted Burgess, our secretary. Dave Bora, the treasurer. Sandra Melton, a member. Charlene Aldrich, a member. And Marlon Block, who is retiring after 8 years on the board, on the committee. So this is my wonderful team that we work together.
Would you like to come up for the presentation?
Everybody go.
Not that I'm sure.
That's great. Thank you.
Would my colleagues like to make a comment? Mr. Kildee?
I like that, the wise ones. You are. You know, I'm not sure that this is completely accurate, but before COVID, one thing that I'm proud of a lot of things that our city does. I don't know how many of you reside in Camarillo, But Camarillo per capita had more volunteers after folks retired than any other city in the county for a long, long time. And I just want to thank you for taking time out of your schedule here to give back in a lot of different ways that people do that. But I think it's just great that you folks do this and you share your wisdom with people. And I think that's really, really important, especially nowadays. I think it's super, super important. So thank you for all your years of service too. 8 years is a long commitment. Thank you so much. So keep up the good work, and I know good days are ahead of us because of folks like you.
I'm really grateful to all of you for the amount of time and effort that you put in. You know, in Rotary, we have a motto called service above self, and I think each of you exemplify that motto every day. I can't believe the amount of work that you accomplish at CCOA, and the fact is, I don't even want to ask you the number of hours, Arlene, and how many hours it took to put together that senior resource guide. And to get it, not only put it together, but to get it out there and to benefit that many seniors. So I think the work that you're doing, A, is really important, and B, it's really appreciated. So thank you so much. Marlon, you've been doing this for 8 years, and I know you're not doing anything else. At the risk of embarrassing, you do just about everything for your community in Leisure Village and elsewhere. And so thank you for all, and thank you to all of you on the council for everything that you do. It's really appreciated. And I think, parroting what Councilmember Kildee said, I think it's in a way, what sets Camarillo apart from many other communities. And we are really lucky to be here, and we're really blessed to have you as citizens. So thanks.
I will just ditto what my two colleagues said, but I will also add on, please don't miss an absolutely wonderful recruitment opportunity, because at least 3 people sitting on the dais probably belong in your organization. I'll let you identify them on your own. But thank you very much for everything you do.
Thank you so much for everything that you do. I admire and respect, and I have so much just admiration for all the time that you put into this community to make it a better place. And I know I attended one of your recent meetings, and you were all so welcoming, and I really saw you were all on fire. You all just work so hard. So I also want to extend the invitation. Please, I'd love to have another conversation in terms of how council can continue to support you. And because I know you do, your boots on the ground doing the work, and we want to be able to completely support you. So thank you.
I'm going to echo what has been said by my colleagues, but I just want each and every one of you to know how much I appreciate you and all of your work. And, we had the volunteer dinner. When was that? I don't know. I have no concept of time these days, but I think it was last month. And that just showed the value of the volunteers we have in this community. And so thank you again. Really appreciate all of your hard work. Okay. With that, we are going to move on to council members' oral communications. And I'm going to start on this side. Mr. Tennyson.
I had 2 quick meetings in the last 2 weeks. One was on, both were on May 4th, the Association of Water Agencies Board meeting, and then RDP 21. I also had the opportunity on May 5th, last Friday, to join 2 of my council members in the annual Take 5 to Read. It was a fantastic opportunity to get down on the floor and sit down with little kids and try and share with them the joy of reading. So I appreciate the opportunity. Please, when you see Take 5 to Read in the future, next year when they start, volunteer wherever you are in the community to try and share the joy of reading with our young kids.
Dr. Martinez-Bravo.
Thank you. April 27th, I attended the National Crime Victim Ceremony. It was hosted by the city of Simi Valley, and it was really an empowering event where we had a survivor of human trafficking who was able to speak about her experiences and how she was able to overcome some of that trauma. And I would love to have the opportunity for the city of Camarillo to host this event sometime in the future, along with the support of the district attorney's office, who was there as well. And during that event, there was a presentation portion, and then we also took a walk. And it was a very empowering event, and I appreciated being there as well with many community members. On April 28th, I also I attended the Take 5 Read to Kids kickoff at CSUCI, and then April 28th, I also attended the CSUCI Connection Luncheon with CSUCI President Yao. May 2nd, I attended the law dinner. It was a very fun event. Thank you to our law enforcement officers and to your families, because I know how much sacrifice there is when you have law enforcement working such a hard job and for many long hours. And many times those who are staying at home, the spouses, are caring for the family. So this was definitely an appreciation that was for you, and I had a lot of fun. May 5th, I also attended the 7th annual Read to Kids Improve Literacy program. We read Dragons Love Tacos, and we were able to read, I was able to read in both books in Spanish and English to young children. And then on May 6th, we had the budget workshop, and May 9th, I had the CSUCI Site Authority Audit Entrance Meeting, and I was appointed as chair of that audit committee. And let's see, tomorrow, May 11th, I just wanted to announce there's going to be a coffee with the cop from 9 to 11 at Starbucks at 4511 Las Posas. And I will say that in Spanish as it's a community announcement. Mañana va a haber la oportunidad de tener un cafecito con nuestro departamento de policías. Va a ser mañana de 9 a 11 de la mañana en Starbucks en 4511 Las Posas Road aquí en Camarillo. And today, I would also like to say Feliz Día de las Madres, Happy Mother's Day. To all the Mexican and Latin American mothers who celebrate today, and a very warm and happy Mother's Day to our mothers this upcoming weekend as well. And I would also like to, Mayor Santangelo and my fellow council members, to request to adjourn this meeting in honor of a young boy, Braden McCormack, at the end of the meeting.
Meetings attended, on April 28, I had a Metrolink Board of Directors meeting in Los Angeles. On May 2, I met with Dr. Yao, President Yao at CSUCI. And on May 2, I attended the Law Day dinner. I'll just say ditto to what Councilmember Martinez-Bravo said in terms of thanking those who put together the dinner and then thanking those who attended and their families, particularly the families of law enforcement. On May 6th, City Council special meeting for the 23-24 budget, and that's it.
All right. So May 4th, I had a BRSD. Actually, let's start with the Law Day dinner, May 2nd. Did attend that. I want to echo what my esteemed colleagues have said and ask our Police Chief, Mr. Tennyson, this is our way of giving back to the great service that you and all your employees provide to the service. You know, it's one of the longest, if not the longest, contract that we've had in the city, and the work is excellent, and it always has been, and I'm very confident that it always will be. So it's our way of giving thanks to what you and your folks do for our outstanding city. Thank you. May 6th, there was a City Council budget workshop, which I thought went very well. I really liked the way it was laid out and the fact that council members were able to give comment during the session. There was a lot of data that was provided to us, but I thought we did some really good work there. So I want to thank the staff for all their hard work on that. And I think at that particular point, I did do the Take 5 reading last Friday at CSUCF. If you have a chance to do it, it's really important to get the future leaders of our city and state and country, give back to them and get them to read. I mean, that was a big focus is, I know I read to and my wife did to our two daughters, and I'm sure a lot of us have done that as well, but give back to that. It's really gratifying. I was able to do it in both Spanish and English, and I think they understood my Spanish better than my English, so what does that say? But it was a lot of fun. It was 3-year-olds, and they all wanted to come up and, kind of tug on my pants and stuff and, smile, and that's what it's all about. So I want to thank all of my colleagues for being there, too. It was really great. And if you have an opportunity to do that any place, just do it. It's really important. So with that, that's all I have.
Thank you. All right, on April 27th, I attended the Economic Development and Land Use Committee. And later that day, I attended a business visit with the city manager and George, I don't see George, at Sunair Jets. Really interesting to see their operations. On April 28th, I attended the Take 5 Read to Kids kickoff breakfast. I was unable to do the second part and do the actual reading because of a little COVID situation I had at home. On April 28th, I also attended the CSUCI Connection Luncheon. On May 2nd, I attended the Law Day Dinner, and again, that was just a great evening. It's such a fun night for all of the officers and police personnel, and it's really important, and it feels really good to show our gratitude with that. On April 4th, I was here at City Hall for the VCTC Transit Study update. On May 4th, I was also at the CPA Board of Directors meeting. On May 6th, I was at the City Council Budget Workshop. And then earlier this morning, I was at the Camarillo Old Town Association Board of Directors meeting. And then right after that, we came over here, and this should be exciting, Friday morning at 7 a.m. Tune into KCAL 9 News. They're doing a spotlight on Camarillo, so I had a quick interview out front, and then they were spending the day going all around Camarillo. So that should be Friday morning. So I have a few more things. It is National Nurses Week, just finishing up. I'm a nurse, but even if I weren't, I would be thanking all of the nurses out there, and a shout out to student nurses. We need more nurses, so thank you for being in school. It's also National Teachers Week. Teachers and nurses go hand in hand, so I guess they put their weeks together at the same time so that we could appreciate them. So thank you to all the teachers out there. And then finally, it's also, earlier today, I presented a proclamation to Maya Zumaya for Mental Health Awareness Month. And so I wanted to remind everybody that it is Mental Health Awareness Month and that mental health issues affect so many of us, and there shouldn't be a stigma. And so if you're interested in helping support the cause, NAMI, which is the National Alliance on Mental Illness in Ventura County, has a website. You can learn more about what they're doing and donate their fundraising. So that would be at NAMI, N-A-M-I, Ventura.org. And then actually, finally, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there this weekend. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your families. All right. That brings us back to the agenda, and we're at the consent calendar.
I'll move the approval.
A second.
I have a motion and a second. Please vote. And that passes unanimously. We have no discussion items or public hearings, so that will bring us down to our public comments, which start at 6 p.m. So we're going to recess back into closed session, and then we'll be back at 6 p.m. for public comments. I'd like to reconvene this meeting of the Camarillo City Council. It is now time for public comment, and I have one comment card. Let the record reflect that all council members are present. David Schlingen. You know the rules for speaking, 3 minutes, correct?
Yes.
You've been here before.
Good evening, Mayor Santangelo, council members, city staff, and citizens of Camarillo. My name is David Schlungen, and I'm on the board of directors of the Camarillo Ranch Foundation, and I'm here to inform you of 2 events that we're having at the ranch. The first is the Juan Camarillo exhibit. Juan Camarillo, as many of you know, was the brother of Adolfo Camarillo, and he was very influential in the city of Camarillo as well as the county. He also loved to travel a lot, so he went to Asia, he went to Europe, he went to Latin America, and on exhibit we have a lot of the postcards and pictures that he took during those travel times. He also was giving a lot of money and donations to the Catholic Church. So to thank him, Pope Pius XI gave him the Knight of Saint Sylvester Medal, which we also have on display at the ranch house. This exhibit is on until July 28th, and citizens can come to the ranch house either for an event that we're having where we can give house tours, or on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday between 11 and 1 p.m., or excuse me, 11 and 2 p.m., we give docent-led house tours, which will go into the museum room where this exhibit is held. So again, that's till July 28th, so I ask individuals to take time and come and see this exhibit and learn a little bit more about Juan Camarillo. The second event I wanted to tell you about was our shredding event that we're having on Saturday, May 20th at the Camarillo Community Center between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. We are asking individuals for $5 per vehicle, and you can bring a max of 10 moving boxes or 10 grocery bags full of paper that you would like to be shredded. I hope a lot of you are like me, and right now I'm doing my spring cleaning, and I've got a lot of paper to be shredded, so I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that are in the same situation. So again, May 20th at the Camarillo Community Center from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and $5 per vehicle. I hope to see everyone there. Thank you very much for your time, and I'd just like to take this opportunity to wish my mom a happy Mother's Day, as well as all the mothers out there. So thank you.
Thank you. I have a comment, if I may.
Sure.
Yeah, David, thank you for reminding me about these 2 events, but the shredding events. If all goes well, I'll be there, and I've got my boxes. I've been stacking my boxes here for this, so thanks for the reminder. I'm going to post it on my refrigerator so I won't forget, but thanks a lot. I appreciate that.
Okay. All right, that brings us down to our closed session report. Oh, do we have more public comment? Oh, okay. Please state your name, and then you have 3 minutes to speak.
Hi, I'm Erin Cardenas. I'm the one with the gratitude letters. And like I said, because I was homeless for 6 years and on the avenue, terrified, and have gone from that to being housed for the last 8 years in one stable place. I want to say as many thank yous as I can, and this one, he doesn't know. But for Walter, in MVC format, you list what the person did, how it made you feel, how it made your life better, and then I started adding the human needs that were met by that specific action. For him, we kind of have a deal, like we eat together every 24 hours, like no matter what's happening. So having someone to eat with, and he asks, "Did you drink water?" So sometimes just breathing with him and eating something from the garden and drinking a glass of water is really, really healing. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but I appreciate all the healing that I've found in this town. Camarillo has just been amazing. I've never seen people treat each other the way that the people in my house treat each other. The way that they support their children and the way that they've parented has inspired me. And I'm just really, really grateful and overwhelmed by the amount of patience and kindness that I've found here. And a lot of that from people like Walter, Walter specifically, just having someone to show up for you over and over and over and over again. I have so much love for this place, and I hope I'll get better at with the gratitude letters, but I wanted to read one at the end of every meeting so we can end on like y'all know something good's coming, because I certainly don't have any complaints. But thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Yes.
I want to thank you very much for sharing your comments, and I want to thank Walter as well.
All right, that brings us down to our closed session report.
Thank you. Yes, we had 2 items listed on the agenda, and there was no reportable action taken. Thank you.
Thank you, and then that brings us down to adjournment. Again, we are going to be adjourning in the honor of Braden McCormick, and Councilmember Martinez Bravo wanted to say a few words.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor Santangelo and fellow council members. Braden McCormack, he was born in Camarillo, California, on May 24th, 2011, and he was actually a student at La Mariposa Elementary School, where my children attend, and so they had the opportunity to meet him. He unfortunately died in Florida on July 15th, 2020. He is the youngest brother to Lily and Bradley McCormack, and he actually lost his life due to the brain-eating amoeba at just 9 years of age. Braden did not grow up swimming in the lakes. As a matter of fact, his family had just participated in those activities in the last 2 months of his life. So that is how deadly that amoeba is. Braden was always smiling. He had a smile. Excuse me. He had a smile that lit up the room and warmed your heart. He loved to make his family laugh. And some of his favorite things to do was play with his siblings, and he really just loved to do about anything. Some of his favorite things, like any 9-year-old kid, he enjoyed soccer, fishing, and bike riding, and really enjoyed Nerf wars as well. He loved taking his dogs out for walks and playing video games and just being a goofball, as his mom would say. He was a true mama's boy, and you know, Braden and my children can attest to that he just really loved and friended everyone. He excelled in school, and he is deeply missed, not only at La Mariposa School, but, you know, throughout the community, and I'm sure within his family. As a parent, I think the most terrifying thing that I can think of is that of losing a child. And I definitely send my love and my prayers to Heidi and her husband as they are dealing with this unfortunate situation of loss, grief, and bereavement. I do also want to take the opportunity to thank Heidi, his mom, for taking this unfortunate circumstance and turning it into advocacy. Heidi has really been an advocate to prevent this type of situation and to help people become aware. So in his honor, and in honor of the work that Heidi is doing, I just wanted to share some of this information about amoeba awareness to our community, especially as we're heading out, traveling with our children, throughout the country and throughout the world. Freshwater brain-eating amoeba, it is 99% fatal, but it is 100% preventable. This amoeba is a single-cell, free-living organism that feeds on bacteria as a source. It is capable of surviving extreme environments, either hot or cold. This amoeba enters the body through the nose during water activities and causes the deadly brain infection. It mimics the symptoms of meningitis. It is found in all fresh water and soil, such as lakes and flowing rivers, streams, ponds, backyard slip and slides, and even municipal water sources and household water heaters. It lives in dirt, so soil from gardening and a puddle from rain house these amoebas as well. It thrives in warm water and warm climates, and it becomes active at temperatures ranging from 70 to 120 degrees Fahrenheit, and it can survive up to 160 degrees Fahrenheit in that temperature. Consider all fresh water as alive and protect your family and yourself. Either avoid fresh water or use nose plugs or plug your nose to prevent water going in. Keep your head above water if possible. So with that, I would like to honor adjourning our meeting in honor of the memory of Braden. Thank you.
Thank you for that. And with that, we are adjourned.